So, yeah, good morning, students. Last time in sexual reproduction, we have studied in case of the sexual reproduction, the important part that is flower, and in that flower, both the sides. That means on male side, we have discussed the development of male gametophyte. In case of the female gynoecium, we have discussed development of female gametophyte. So here in short, what is male gametophyte? As male reproductive whorl androecium, after maturity, those anthers can produce the pollen grains. And in the developing stage of male gametophyte, initially unicellular uninucleate haploid microspores can be converted into two-cell stage. Larger one vegetative cell, smaller one generative cell. Such two-cell pollen grains are released from mature anther, and such two-cell pollen grains deposited on the receptive stigma of carpel. So, it requires to clarify the mechanism of pollination. So, what is pollination? Pollination is the transfer of mature anthers, the transfer of mature pollen grains from anther to receptive stigma. That mechanism is a pollination. ज्याला आपण मराठीमध्ये परागीभवन असं म्हणतो. परागीभवन ही जी प्रक्रिया आहे, परागीभवन प्रक्रिया सेक्शुअल रिप्रोडक्शन लिंगी पुनरुत्पादनासाठी अत्यंत आवश्यक प्रक्रिया आहे. आणि या परागीभवनामध्ये परागकण किंवा परागकणाचं वहन अँथर पासून रिसेप्टिव्ह स्टिग्माकडे होणं, दिस mechanism is nothing but the pollination. Transfer of pollen grains from mature anther to receptive stigma is known as pollination. आता या pollination परागीभवनामध्ये depends on the varieties of the plants. There are different kinds of pollination, and these have been broadly classified into self-pollination and cross-pollination. आता self-pollination आणि cross-pollination, pollination चे दोन types आहेत. We discuss in detail in self-pollination again. The autogamy is there, the deuterogamy is there. For that purpose, to clarify the self-pollination as well as autogamy and deuterogamy, we have to use, or practically we have to observe in case of the plants, what is autogamy. Here for example only, I have collected this twig having many flowers. This is one fully mature flower. Internally, this flower with male reproductive structure androecium as well as gynoecium, both are there in the flower. I can't dissect this one, but inside the flower, the androecium and gynoecium are there. So, firstly, we have to clarify the autogamy type of pollination. What is autogamy? If the pollen grains are transferred from anther to receptive stigma of same flower, of a single flower, for that purpose the flower requires the bisexual flower. In bisexual flower, if the pollen grains are transferred from anther to receptive stigma of same flower, then it is called as autogamy. Here autogamy is there. Auto means self. Self-pollination. Pollination takes place in the same and single flower. Then that is autogamy. Another one, the deuterogamy is there. In deuterogamy, what happens? If the pollen grains are transferred here, this is one flower, this is another flower. This is one flower, this is another flower. But both the flowers on the same plant body. And it is to clarify the deuterogamy. In deuterogamy, what happens? If the pollen grains are transferred from this flower to another flower, but that another flower is on the same plant body, then this type of pollination is geitonogamy type of pollination. Such pollination is observed in case of the cucurbita or any cucurbitaceae member. Some male flowers are there, some female flowers are there. So, the anthers from male flower can be transferred to the stigma of female flower. But that another flower is located on the same plant body. एकाच वनस्पतीमधील दोन वेगवेगळ्या फुलांच्या मध्ये ज्यावेळेला पॉलिनेशन होईल त्यावेळेला geitonogamy टाइप ऑफ पॉलिनेशन म्हणायचं. So both are from self pollination. And here in geitonogamy, mechanically or physically it is cross pollination. फक्त मेकॅनिकली किंवा फिजिकली आपण क्रॉस पॉलिनेशन म्हणतो, परंतु अनुवंशिक दृष्ट्या जेनेटिकल प्रॉपर्टी जर आपण पाहिली, the genetical property of this flower as well as this flower both are similar because both flowers can present on the same and single plant. That's why genetically both are similar. So botanically it is self pollination, but physically it is cross pollination. Then second type of pollination, that is the cross pollination. In case of cross pollination, here I have to collect two flowers for clarification. Both flowers have different colors. That means these plants from different variety in case of the colors. So in cross pollination, what happens? If the pollen grains are transferred from one flower, that is from this flower to another flower, and this another flower is located on another plant body, एका फुलामधील परागकण ज्या वेळेला दुसऱ्या फुलामधील स्टिग्मावर पडतात आणि हे दुसरं जे फूल आहे हे वेगळ्या वनस्पतीचं जर असेल तर त्यावेळेला आपण त्याला काय म्हणायचं? क्रॉस पॉलिनेशन म्हणायचं. दिस इज अ क्रॉस पॉलिनेशन. सो क्रॉस पॉलिनेशन may takes place in same species, in different species, in different genus or a different variety. So that is a cross pollination. It is called as geitonogamy or it is also called as hybridization. Both plants are different. So genetical property of both the plants is different. So in case of the cross pollination, geitonogamy, the genetic variation is there. The pollination between genetically variable plants are there. So that is a cross pollination. So